Hey guys, today we have Piyush and he is having total 3.2 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Piyush, how are you?
Hi Fazan, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm also good. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Piyush, can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
My name is Piyush Sharma. I've completed my bachelor's in computer science engineering in 2022. Since then, I've been working as a Java developer with 3.2 years of experience. Coming to my technical skills, I've been primarily working with Java, Spring Boot, microservice database. And if I talk about my project, I've been working in the fintech domain where we are responsible for the corporate action events till payment reconciliation. That's a brief overview about me. Thank you.
Okay, so what's your day-to-day task there?
My roles and responsibilities include interacting with the cross-functional team and understanding the functional requirements and the
Mm-hmm.
technical
Mm-hmm.
feasibility of that functional requirement and collaborating with some product
Okay.
and PMG
So can you
teams
tell me
and
the last feature that you have uh deployed?
recently we have created a badge in the intraday.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me how you guys are following best practices in your code base?
Like we are using the Spring Bean process and we have created it we are using the XML based approach basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So are you following some design patterns and principles?
Yeah, we are following the basic design patterns the dependency injection, the singleton pattern, and
Okay.
the
Okay. So
265.
are you following solid principles?
Yeah, we are following that.
Okay. So can following all solid principle strictly ever make your code worse?
Like I'm not sure in this.
Mm-hmm. So yes, actually, yes, over engineering can make code unnecessarily complex. Use solid
Hmm.
principles as a guidelines, not hard rules. So that's it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So you know about solid principles.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Suppose you have a user service class handling user registration, sending welcome emails, and logging activities. Which solid
Okay.
principle is being violated here?
Like the first principle, single responsibility principle is violated here.
Yes, that's correct. It violates a single responsibility principle because the class has multiple reasons to change.
Yeah.
We could define a different classes, user logic, email logic, logging, right?
Yes.
Hmm,
Notification.
correct. Okay, so how does Spring help achieve the open close principle?
Like I'm not sure on this.
Okay, so tell me what is open close principle?
Like it states that the class is open for the some new enhancement but closed
Mm-hmm.
for the modification.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me some examples.
We have a mathematical operation
Mm-hmm.
class. Okay, it can consist of some addition, multiplication, subtraction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like if we want to add some sort of other modulus operation, then it is open for some extra features by
Okay.
interface, but
Mm.
closed for some modification.
Okay,
Like
okay.
we cannot modify the existing tasks written on that
Mm.
class.
Okay. So yes, through while talking about Spring, through dependency injection and interface-based design, we can allow new beans or implementations to be added without modifying existing code. So that's how Spring help achieve the open close principle. Suppose rectangle has set width and set height method. Okay. If a square extends rectangle, does it violate Liskov substitution principle?
Could you please repeat that?
Suppose rectangle has set width and set height methods. If a square extends rectangle, does it violate
Hmm.
Liskov substitution principle?
Yes, it violates.
How?
Like, uh, like in this principles, the higher level class,
Mm-hmm.
basically the subclass can be treated as the object of subclass can be treated as the superclass objects.
Okay. Yeah, it's partially correct. Because square cannot behave a proper substitute for a rectangle since setting width affects heights too, right? They have different settings. That's how it is violating. Okay. Hey guys, I want to share something important with you. Actually, Piyush prepared from our interview preparation kit and cracked multiple interviews. We have also referred him to the multiple companies. So let me tell you, this interview preparation kit has four main parts. First is complete interview preparation material. It is a step-by-step material made by me, expert and MNC's interviewers. 99% of the questions asked in interviews are covered in it. Second is two real enterprise projects. Code and video recorded sessions are there. You can add these in your resumes as well. Third is lifetime chat support. Here you can ask your doubts anytime. Fourth is referral support. Here we help you get referred to the top MNCs. So basically the material is organized as per your experience level and covers Java, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data, JPA, Kafka, Microservices, Maven, Git coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. You can buy just the complete interview preparation material or the full kit with project support and referrals. I have added the links in the description below. So now moving to our interview. And guys, before moving to our interview, I would like to know the true feedback of this interview preparation kit from Piyush. So Piyush, can you please go ahead?
Like I've purchased this kit like a month ago. I couldn't complete the whole, but I have
Mm-hmm.
gone through the Java, like that is
Mm-hmm.
of 24 pages. I have gone
Mm-hmm.
through that kit. Like that helps me to clear one of the interview.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Piyush. Now moving to interview. Uh, Piyush, suppose you have a base repository and user repository that overrides methods with extra validations. Can that violate list of
Okay.
substitution pattern?
No, that will not violate the pattern.
How?
Like it is writing some additional features.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yes, I think it will violate Liskov again because if our hidden method changes expected behavior or contract of the base class. So that's why. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So can a lambda expressions access non-final local variables?
No, I don't think so. It
I
cannot
don't.
access.
Okay. Okay. Yes, you are correct. Lambda expressions cannot access non-final local variables. What happens if you try to modify local variables inside a lambda?
Like I think it will throw an error
Why?
because it belongs to the local block of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Compilation error occurs because it breaks the effectively final rule. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so inside a lambda expression, can a lambda expression throw a checked exception?
No, I'm not sure on this.
Not sure. So yes, it can throw, but the functional interface method must declare the exception. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so have you worked with the Stream API?
Yeah, I've worked with
You
it.
have worked. Okay. What's the difference between map and flat map?
Like suppose we have a list of integers, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
we want to
Mm-hmm.
perform some operation on every element of that list. Suppose we
Mm-hmm.
want to multiply it with 2. So we can
Okay.
go with the map,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and suppose we have a list of strings and we want
Mm-hmm.
to get the complete list in the single list, then we can go with
Mm-hmm.
the flat map. It flattens the
Okay.
list of things.
Yeah, that's correct. Can you give me a use case of flat map?
So, yeah, as I said, that we have list of strings,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and we
So
want
are you
to convert it
using
into a
flat
single.
map in your project anywhere?
No, no, I have not used.
No. Okay. Mm. Okay, so tell me how can reduce cause performance issues on parallel streams?
Like, basically, what is reduced to is like it
Mm-hmm.
combines the result into a single form. Like if you want to sum up all the even numbers in the list,
Mm-hmm.
then we can use that reduce and like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure like how does it can affect the parallel stream processing.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. So basically, if the accumulator is not associative, parallel reduction may produce incorrect results. Okay. So, can you tell me about functional interfaces?
Yeah, functional interface contains only one abstract method like before
Mm-hmm.
Java 8. After Java 8, it can contain the default and static methods. And generally, this interface is being used in writing the lambda expression.
Mm-hmm. Predicate, function, consumer, are these functional interfaces?
Yeah, all are these functional interfaces.
Okay, okay. What's the difference between consumer and function?
Consumer basically consumes the input and it does not
Mm-hmm.
return anything.
Mm-hmm.
Function, I'm not able to recall it.
Function basically transforms input to output.
Okay.
Okay. Can you use a consumer in a stream dot for each?
Yes, we can use.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Tell me, why is optional dot get method dangerous?
Suppose it might be a condition like, let's say, understand with an example. Suppose we have a list of
Mm-hmm.
integers, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
in that we are just there is no negative, not we do not have any even number there, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
we are filtering the even number and storing in the optional, and we
Mm-hmm.
will perform the get operation on that. Then it will throw an exception. We do not
Mm.
have anything in the option.
Okay, okay. Can optional be used for fields in an entity class?
Yes, we can use.
Okay. Okay. What are the types of method references?
No, no, sure on this.
Static methods, sense methods of a particular object, sense methods of an arbitrary object, constructor references. Okay, it's fine. Moving ahead, tell me, what is public static void main string args?
Like, do I need to
Yeah, yeah,
specify the use of each keyword?
yes, yes, yes,
Like,
correct.
public is the access modifier, and
Uh-huh.
static is again the keyword, which
Mm-hmm.
ensures that this method can be called without creating an object of the class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And void is the return type, which means empty.
Mm-hmm.
It will not return anything, and main is the name of the method, and it will accept the string array of
Mm-hmm.
the argument.
Okay, okay. Can a class implement two interfaces that have the same default method?
Yes, class can implement that multiple interfaces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct. But the class must override it to resolve the conflicts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you tell me the difference between static and default methods in interface?
Like, if the method is default, then we can directly call it with the help of interface dot the method
Mm-hmm.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it is static, then we the class which is implementing that interface, with the help
Mm-hmm.
of that class we can call that.
Okay. Okay. Have you worked with the date and time API?
No, I have not worked.
No, no, not work. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Do you know about lazy initialization in Spring Boot?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, please go
Like, I've
ahead.
used in the circular dependency problem, like while doing
Uh-huh.
the unit testing of the component. Like, it happens, like, the suppose the class A is dependent on class B, and similarly the
Mm-hmm.
class B is dependent on class A.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, this problem arises of circular dependency, and
Mm-hmm.
there we can use the lazy initiation, or we can inject the dependency via setter injection.
Mm. Correct. Okay. So what's the difference between 500 and 404?
500 is internal server error,
Mm-hmm.
and 504
Mm-hmm. Five, not 504, it's 404.
error
500 and
not
4
found.
not found.
404 is error not
So
found.
have you faced these issues?
Yeah, I face these
And
issues.
what is 503?
503, I'm not able to recall it.
Forbidden.
Okay.
Have you worked with Spring Data JPA?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between save and flush?
Like, save will insert the record,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and
Okay.
save and flush.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not able to report it like what flush will do.
Okay, okay. Basically, saves, schedules, insert update, but may not immediately hit the DB.
Okay.
But save and flush forces an immediate flush. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens if you call a lazy loaded relationship outside of a transaction?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, so have you used transactional annotation?
Yes.
Can you please tell me the purpose of using that?
Like basically, we can ensure the asset properties.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, if I use like from one account the amount is being debited and for another account it is getting credited,
Mm-hmm.
then and we want to perform like the update and for both the
Mm-hmm.
accounts should be done or either none
Mm-hmm.
of the done. So that can be put it under the transactional annotation.
Mm-hmm.
So it ensures that every operation will be executed or none will be
Mm-hmm.
executed.
Okay. Okay, so in a microservices, what's the difference between REST template and web client?
Like REST template is used for communication. The client is also, I'm not sure about the difference.
Both are useful for communication between the microservices.
Okay.
Okay. Have you used any one of these?
I have used REST template.
Hmm?
REST
REST
template I've
template,
used.
REST template. Okay. So yes, a REST template is synchronous, used for communication. Web client is asynchronous and useful for communication.
Okay.
Okay. But new Spring Boot projects prefer web client because better scalability for high load scenarios due to non-blocking property and characteristic. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, okay. So tell me about microservices, like why it is better than monolithic, or yeah, first tell me why it is better than monolithic.
Like uh, like every application consists of several modules. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, we have a bank application, and in this we have
Mm-hmm.
many features. For example,
Mm-hmm.
creating a user profile. Okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
most commonly used is transaction. So if we talk about that, user profile is not like used that much as the transaction. So if
Mm-hmm.
we have to create the multiple instance, we have to scale basically. So we can
Mm-hmm.
directly scale the transaction microservice instead of scaling the whole application. That will be more
Mm-hmm.
expensive. So the microservice provides this privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can go with this microservice. We can create
Mm-hmm.
the instance using the load balancer,
Mm-hmm.
and basically we can develop, maintain, and deploy the
Mm-hmm.
each application separately,
Mm-hmm.
independently of other. And
Okay.
it also has,
Now tell me the reverse. Why monolithic is better than microservices?
okay, if it is like not a big application, then we
Mm-hmm.
can go with the monolithic as it all the
So
functionalities will be at the one
Amazon
place.
Prime, what do you think about Amazon Prime? It is a big application or small scale application?
Like, I don't think it's a very big application if you're talking about the Amazon Prime only.
Why?
It has only the videos and web series.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big application and they uses a monolithic. It's like a Netflix. Netflix is also one of the biggest applications, right? Okay, but yeah, they uses monolithic and monolithic has on their own benefits. Yeah, please go ahead. What were you telling?
Like for every functionalities, the code is
Mm-hmm.
at the one place. Okay, we do not
Mm-hmm.
have to go the other microservice applications, and basically yeah, this is the benefit.
Okay, okay. So what do you prefer, microservices or monolithic?
Like it depends on the project.
It depends on.
If we have like I gave an example of banking application, for
Mm-hmm.
that the monolith or the microservice will be better.
Okay, okay.
Like if one
Uh,
service is down, it will not impact
uh,
other service.
okay. Uh, okay. So what's the difference between controller and REST controller annotation?
Like if we have to wrote the static pages, basically return the static pages to the response,
Mm-hmm.
then we can go with the controller. And if we
Okay.
have to return the JSON type or XML type response, then we
Mm-hmm.
can go with the REST controller because REST controller is a combination of controller and the response body.
Mm-hmm. Can we put controller and REST controller both in the controller class?
We can put, but like it is not recommended. We are putting REST controller.
Okay, so what will
We will
happen?
basically edit.
We
It will
let
not throw an error.
will not throw an error, but let's say, I mean, how our application will behave like a MVC. It will, I mean, our APIs will return a view or JSON.
It will return a JSON type response.
JSON. What is the response entity?
Like basically, it helps to return the appropriate message to the user. Like what is the status of your request?
Okay, so let's say there are two APIs. One is returning data with the response entity, and another is directly returning a plain string. So, what's the differences between their responses?
Like for the API which is not returning any output, the for that the status code is I think 202.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the one which return is 201.
Okay. No, no, my question is, let's say there are two APIs. One is returning the data, the response with the response entity, but another is not using response entity. It is directly returning a data, like that, directly returning JSON without taking help of response entity. So what's the differences between their responses?
Like response, there will be no difference in the
No responses.
responses.
Why? Then why we are using response entity if there are no use of response entity if their responses would be same?
Like if the request is successful, then the
Mm-hmm.
data will be transmitted to the client, and if there is some error occurred, so to give the appropriate error message that what client has made the mistake in the giving the input. So for that purpose, we are using the response entry.
Okay. And also for the headers, uh, with the data, we return the status codes as well. We return some important things along with the headers. So we cannot return if we are just directly returning the simple response without response entity. We will not be able to return the status codes, the headers, like logging IDs and all, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So moving ahead, let's say you have overlapping request mapping annotation paths in multiple controller. What happens?
No, I'm not sure.
No. Yes, there will be ambiguous mapping exception at startup time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the difference between class level and method level request mapping?
Class level and method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like suppose we have a API of user, okay, then
Mm-hmm.
at the class level we will use at the rate request mapping, and that we
Mm-hmm.
will put the endpoint as user, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, and in the methods like get mapping, put mapping, all
Mm-hmm.
these HTTP request methods, we will use like
Mm-hmm.
get all users, get user by ID, and
Mm-hmm.
these type of endpoints we can use.
Okay. What's the difference between valid and validated annotation?
Like when we take input from the user, when
Mm-hmm.
the request reaches to the controller layer,
Mm-hmm.
and we uses at the valid annotation there to check the what the user has
Mm-hmm.
provided the data. If it is valid, then we process the request further. If it is not, then we return the appropriate response to the user.
Mm. Okay. Cool. What happens if a validation fails in a request body object?
It will throw an exception, like we can handle the exception.
Mm. Generic exception would be method arguments, not valid exception. Okay. Okay. So can controller advise handle exception for a single controller only?
No, no, it can controller advice.
Mm-hmm.
Think to handle the globally, we have to use the global exception handler and the
Mm-hmm.
controller both, so it can
Okay.
handle from all the
So what's the difference
variables.
between REST and MVC controllers?
Just-
Have you
Uh,
worked with MVC controllers?
No,
Okay. So let's say you want to return different HTTP status codes for different exceptions globally. How would you do that? So have you worked with
like
global exceptions?
no.
No, no. Okay. That's fine. Uh, Moving ahead. How can we integrate a database in our Spring Boot application? Can you tell me step by step?
Okay. First,
Mm-hmm.
we have to add the URL, username, password of the in the
Mm-hmm.
application.properties file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we create the entity class. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when we write the at the rate entity annotation,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we have to include the dependency of Spring Boot data JPA and the Hibernate, so
Okay.
that annotation will do the job for us. It will create the table
Mm-hmm.
at the back end in the database.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And can we integrate multiple databases in our Spring Boot application?
Yes, we can integrate.
Okay. Can we use our favorite servers in our Spring Boot
Yeah, we
application?
have we have the choices to use Tomcat, Jetty, and Data.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's the default one?
Tomcat.
Okay. What's the default server port number?
It's 8080.
Okay. Can we change it?
Yeah, we can change it.
Okay. What are the Spring Boot starters?
Like it is predefined starter dependencies.
Mm-hmm.
If we want, as per the requirement, we can add the dependencies like for the security, database,
Mm-hmm.
and actuators, like these type of things. We can add it.
Okay. Okay. So have you implemented Spring Boot security?
Yeah, I've implemented it like a long time ago using the JSON Web Token.
Okay. So what is JSON Web Token?
When the request comes, the sessions, it is the tokens are stored in the session, which will
Mm-hmm.
go to the controller and check if the it is a valid user, then the request processes, otherwise it denies the request.
Okay.
Basically it
What's
helps in the
the
authentication.
what's the difference between authorization and authentication?
Au- Authentication means if we are logging in an application like with the
Mm-hmm.
username and password,
Mm-hmm.
if we are entering the correct, we are authenticated, and like whatever actions we are allowed to perform,
Mm-hmm.
that comes under the category of authorization.
Okay. What are authorization based access control? Like
Yeah,
adding security related stuff based on the authorization levels.
no,
Have you done that? Okay, okay.
no.
Okay, so what's the use of pom.xml?
Basically, it is the heart of Maven, and like whenever we start a project, like
Mm-hmm.
it checks all what all dependencies needs to be added in the
Mm-hmm.
class path,
Mm-hmm.
and basically in this we have a parent starter dependency as well, which
Mm-hmm.
will maintain the version conflict among
Mm-hmm.
the dependency of different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it also maintains the plugin versions.
Mm. Okay, okay. Uh, what's the difference between Spring Framework and Spring Boot?
In Spring Framework, we have to configure
Mm-hmm.
the server and other sensible defaults,
Mm-hmm.
configure it by own, which will be a time-consuming process for developer. And in the Spring Boot framework, it comes with a lot of configurations. Basically, it comes with embedded servers and other configuration as well. Like it follows
Mm-hmm.
a convention over configuration, with lot of sensible defaults. Like we can
Mm-hmm.
start with the development process with a day on a day.
Okay, okay. Got it. Mm, okay. Have you used GitHub or GitLab anyone?
Yeah, I'm using
Okay, so can you tell me some most common Git commands that you use most of the time?
git push, git config, git clone, git
Okay,
status, git log,
okay. What is Git cherry pick?
git cherry pick. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not using.
Okay, so let's say there is a master branch and you have created a feature branch out of that. Okay, now you have pushed and you have done 30-40 commits in your feature branch, and now you want to merge only 2-3 commits from your feature branch into your master branch, but not all commits. Then in this case, we have to use cherry pick, git cherry pick. We just pick our individuals commits and then directly uh, merge into the master branch. Okay, what is git rebase?
Sorry?
Git rebase.
No, I don't know
Okay,
about it.
okay. So can you tell me some important annotations in Spring Boot, but we don't use in our day-to-day life or generally?
Like, we don't use generally.
I mean, we don't use frequently, but are they are very important. Or tell me
Not.
some annotations that are not important and also we don't use frequently, but those annotations are there in a Spring Boot.
I'm not able to understand like why they are
Okay,
not
for
important.
example, async annotations we don't use frequently, right? For example, controller, we use controller annotation. This is a we
Yeah,
can, I mean,
frequently.
this is very important, but async is not important because if we are working on we are not working on async and sync, then we don't use. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
okay, and there are other as well like caching annotations because if we don't want to use cache, then it's okay. But repository component, these are important annotation. Auto-add is important annotation. We cannot avoid these, right?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so tell me the any 10 Spring Boot annotations.
Then, okay, let's start with the Spring Boot application, which
Uh-huh.
consists of configuration annotation and the
No,
enable
no.
auto configuration
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
and the configuration, the controller service
Mm-hmm.
repository,
Mm-hmm.
enable web security,
Mm-hmm.
cacheable
Mm-hmm.
repository,
Mm-hmm.
and the valid annotation and at the
Mm-hmm.
rate table at the rate entity annotations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Cool. Okay, Piyush, it's done from my end, and it was a nice interview.